This is TWiT.
Hey, buddy, are you a geek? Are you a tech enthusiast? Then I would love to invite you to join a tech community like no other. You can gain exclusive access to our incomparable quality tech content for just $7 a month with Club TWiT. As a member, you'll enjoy all TWiT TV shows ad-free, plus access private video feeds for insider shows like Home Theater Geeks and so much more. Dive into the members-only TWiT Plus bonus feed for behind-the-scenes content, club discussions, and special events. But here's the best perk. Join our incredible Discord community to watch live show productions, chat with hosts, and participate in exclusive members-only activities. It's your backstage pass to the world of TWiT. Whether you're a tech enthusiast or a lifelong learner, Club TWiT elevates your knowledge while entertaining your interests. Get 2 weeks free when you sign up now for $7 a month and unlock unparalleled access at twit.tv/clubtwit. That's twit.tv/clubtwit. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you and welcome to the club. Let's talk about high voltage. Hello, Stacey Higginbotham.
Hello, Leo Laporte.
Apologies because the pool is somebody may go out there at some point and jump in, and I apologize in advance. This is the new studio. What do you think?
It looks fancy.
It's not real.
I was like, it looks fake.
Does it look fake? It's pretty good. It's a green screen.
Oh, you can see
through my
the
glasses.
Oh,
that's terrible.
Oh, that's how you know it's not real.
Now I can't see a thing though. So Stacey, hello, and hello to everybody in our book club. It's great to see you all. We are once again using Restream, although now the latest thinking for the new TWiT studio is perhaps a different technology, because we were having a little difficulty with the old Restream. But what we do like about the Restream is the chat, don't we, Stacey?
We love the chat.
Because
I like seeing all the chats.
Yeah, you could see them all. But see, I can pull them up, which I really like.
Oh, you can control the chat.
I control the horizontal. I control the Visio. So I can do this. Nothing. That
was very anticlimactic.
Chat, people, and then I will put something in. I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Is this chat? No, that's a
chat's on the bottom.
Hello, join the club. Well, you're already in the club, so you don't need to see that.
It's on the right side, bottom tab.
I see notes. I see QR codes. I see. Oh, it's hidden by need help. Yes. The answer is
so much help.
Need help. Well,
you can.
I could do this.
Them up.
I could do this. So we could say hello. And if you're chatting, and the nice thing about Restream we like, and we will try to preserve, is that we stream not only into YouTube, but into Twitch, where Burke is being a normally rude Twitcher. We also stream into other stuff, I think. Right now it's just Discord.
YouTube and Twitch right now.
That voice is Anthony Nielsen, who is my guiding light. So, Stacey, hi.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I have to tell you, I did not finish the book.
Neither did I. Why
I'm getting there.
What's your excuse?
Okay. Life. I'm fighting so hard.
Life is a good excuse.
Your rights as a consumer.
Thank you. Stacey's now, if you don't know, she's no longer with This Week in Google, which is good because apparently it was filthy yesterday and I wasn't there either. So, so you can't blame me. But she is now a policy wonk with Consumer Reports, which is much more important. Writing incredible white papers and policy papers and all the things, the IoT things she's always been really good with, among other things. It's not just IoT, right, Stacey?
No, it's cybersecurity. If it's deep, nerdy tech, I'm doing car privacy stuff, you guys.
Nice.
So fun.
There is a lot of privacy we need with our cars.
Yes.
It is not very private. It's terrible, actually. It's terrible. All right, but let's talk about, so you didn't finish because you had a lot to do.
I plan to finish. So
it wasn't a long book, Stacey.
It's like 5 hours. And Okay, I got it like Monday.
Oh, that's the real reason. Oh, don't rub it in, John. That's all right.
So my issue is I usually read them right after we select them, or I've already read them.
Right.
And then I forget about them and we're talking about them and I can't remember anybody. So I was like, oh, this time I will start it on Monday.
Right.
And then I will be super fresh and super excited. But life is, I'm so sorry. But I liked it. I thought, okay.
Jillian is with me. She said, I did. Not sure I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so far what I've got, and I'm only halfway through.
Yeah.
I felt like he wanted to be more Doug Adams than,
Thank you for saying that. Because I don't want to be the guy who comes on this show and says, Stacey, I hated the book. And I didn't hate it. It's pleasant.
Yeah.
But it's a little annoying because he wants to be Terry Pratchett or Douglas Adams. He and she, I had some misgivings because they're podcasters.
Hey, Doug Adams wrote for radio.
Good point. Hitchhiker's Guide was written for a radio play.
Yeah.
On deadline, pretty much up to the second.
Yeah. So he may have just been super, super gifted. And these guys it was a tough like thing to pull off. And I thought at times they really they got there, but then it was just uneven. And if you're going to get there, you have to be there the whole time, I think, for humor.
Yeah. And so I actually asked John Jammerby to give me the first sentences of chapter 2 to use as an example. And unfortunately, I left them in my coat in the other room. But
do you want me to grab them?
Would you read them? The first couple of sentences on chapter 2, which is, to me, it's an exemplar of how hard they're trying to be funny.
Okay. To say that even Greater London was a city of crime was rather like saying that the Atlantic was an ocean of wet. True, no doubt, but something you would expect the average man on the street to already be aware of, unlike, say, the location of his wallet.
So there's a perfect example of dopey. It's a dopey analogy, poorly executed, and then they throw in the wallet. Like, huh? I know where my wallet is. I mean, it's not bad. In fact, for podcasters, it's pretty good. But it seems like it kind of aimed high and didn't quite make the mark. Now, I am kind of liking some of the conceits. This is the other problem I had. I wonder if you had this problem. The timeline is very confusing. I believe it's 1884.
Oh, like where in history we are.
What the hell is going on?
It's not our 1884. It is. Yeah, I'm with you. Like there's steampunk, and then there's just like, we're going to make the aesthetics of steampunk, but not really explain a lot of what's happening and how it's getting here. And maybe they explain it later.
Yeah, maybe that's because we didn't finish the book.
Yeah,
but I have to say, it's not that I'm not enjoying it. At first, I told John I hate this book, but it's not. It's actually growing on me. So one of the technologies that is happening here is that they have somehow figured out a way to power everything through the air.
Yeah.
But in doing so, without their knowledge, they accidentally froze the Thames, which is now turned into a giant glacier. But they have weird, artificially intelligent machines, but they're not really, it doesn't seem like they have, I can't figure this out, digital technology. It's got gears. It's kind of like...
they're automatons.
Yeah. It's a little bit like they're taking a piece from Neil Stephenson's book about the Gilded Age, the Steam Age.
Yeah, it totally feels very steampunky, like the classified ad person. I can totally picture this. It kind of like I pictured a lot of the stuff in Did you watch the Loki thing? The Loki series?
I stay away from comic book
Okay.
TV shows of all kinds. And by the way, Jillian is British, so I don't know if that qualifies her to comment, but she didn't like the book either. Now, here's an interesting point. And Jammer B says he likes the mystery, and you and I don't know how it's resolved, but Jammer B says it was a satisfying resolution.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish. It wasn't.
Yeah, I'll finish it.
The Bobiverse, I was like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. But this one, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna stay up late reading you, which is why I'm not done yet.
Right.
But I am enjoying it, and I know that. Like, I really enjoyed the trip into like the journalist's office and the crime reporter who, you know, if you're going to write a stereotypical crime reporter, I thought he did really well, or they did really well writing.
Yeah. Yeah. So. And then like it that there was a female lead. The male lead, there were a male and a female lead. The male lead had died.
He's an automaton now, just like Queen Victoria.
But is he an automaton, or have they? This is where the timeline was confusing. It sounds like they're replacing vital organs with machinery, but there's still some humanity. And they mentioned that Queen Victoria quite likes the mechanical look, so she has preserved much of the metal on her, because she says they say black goes with the black of the metal goes with everything, which means, as we know, she was in mourning for the rest of her life, so it goes well with her black. Anyway, are they cyborgs? I don't know. Are they cyborgs? I'm not sure. What are they? Cyborgs are man-machine hybrids. Yeah,
but they're not Cylons, so you know they've got that going for them.
So don't look for the lights going up and down on their backs.
But like, so Jammer B, because we don't know. Can you talk to us about, like, was this a satisfying mystery?
He says it was, and I have to say, he and I were talking a couple of days ago, and I said, I'm not sure this could possibly be a satisfying mystery, but all I know so far is that people are breaking into bank vaults. That's kind of not a great. I mean, a mystery.
No, I love heists.
There has to be a murder.
No. Okay. Someone was kidnapped from the bridge and we don't know who it was.
That's a good one. I like that mystery. You're right. I hope that's going to end interestingly. I don't think it's.
Does it have to end in murder?
Yes. Okay. For it to be interesting, absolutely. It has to end.
I feel I want to tell people right now, you are allowed to spoil it talking about it, because Leo and I are the bad people. We are those people in the book club, which is horribly embarrassing.
Well, I feel bad because also, not just because I didn't finish it, but because I didn't like it. But then John said, well, Stacey didn't like the Bobiverse. I said, oh, okay. And it's not that I hate it. It's like much like your reaction to the Bobiverse. It's an interesting attempt. Oh, Jammer B says,
let's get Jammer B to come in and tell us a little bit more.
Join us, John. He says there were murders. Spoiler: the bank robberies were to cover the murders. Now I'm liking it.
See, we got some crime, some mystery, steampunk, socioeconomic divide, environmental disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels really, really apropos to the current era.
Somebody said something interesting, which is that they now want to listen to the podcast. So is there an associated podcast that continued for the history?
These guys have a is the podcast about this era and world?
I think the podcast is their fiction.
Right. Oh, it's
and
like
so
a Welcome to
maybe
Night
this
Vale
is maybe like exactly Welcome to Night Vale. So this is maybe. Now Spud says maybe it was the humor was just too British for us, but no, I love British humor. I love Terry Pratchett and Douglas Adams, and made me sad because I wanted more Douglas Adams and more.
Oh, you know what? I mean, I could find for you. I didn't highlight them because I'm not that kind of person or reader, but like I actually thought like some of their dialogue was quite funny in that British humor way. Like her whole thing about her 16-point business plan from
That was hysterical for gentlemen.
Yeah, in all the callbacks to that, and then
Yeah, that was cute.
It kind of reminded me of the character in Douglas Adams who was the whale, or maybe it was the flower pot. I can't remember.
Well, they were both.
Argerbarg, or whoever it was who got killed. Like
Zardy Blardfast? No. You're talking
the guy who basically
made the Gargle Blaster. Yeah. Zaphod Beeblebrox.
No. Okay. Throughout the story, we find out at the very end, there is the giant statue of Arthur Dent made by this creature who's like Arglebarg, who ends up every time he gets reincarnated, and like 2 minutes into his reincarnation, he dies. And then it's because of Arthur, and he sees Arthur Dent. He's like, it's his fault. It's like a continuing joke that's very well done throughout the book.
Okay.
All the books.
So there is a podcast, Victoriosity, which, by the way, is exemplar of what's wrong with this book. How do you pronounce Victoria? That's not how so here was the thing that really irritated me. The Greenwich Observatory has been converted into a tea room named the Greenwich Observatory, which just bugged the hell out of me. Like, that's
okay. That was funny. You're just grumpy.
Was it funny? And then all of the treats are named after astronomers.
And they're so. I mean, it was poorly done for a reason. Like, the observatory was a terrible. Like, the whole point was like it wasn't bad. Well done.
Right. Well, it wasn't. Okay, I'm done complaining, Stacey. So let's bring Colin in from our club. Hello, Colin.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Hope you can hear me.
He sounds like he's from the UK.
Well, I am.
So can you give us some insight to did this work as British humor?
Very much so. I enjoyed the book very much. I enjoyed some of the turns of phrase. Let me see. Pulled along by the magnetism of expectation made me laugh out loud.
That's good.
Yes, it was a marvelous book. I thought. Thank you for the choice, Stacey.
I stand corrected.
See.
No, people have different choices, but I did enjoy it.
Colin, where in the UK are you?
Well, I'm in Ealing in London. Ealing gets a mention in the book twice, in fact. I've never seen that before in any science fiction.
Well, the only reason I know Ealing is because of those great Alec Guinness Ealing comedies.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah, it did remind me very much of Douglas Adams and other authors as well.
Recommend somebody else. If people like High Voltage, what else should they read?
That would be a problem for me to say. I rely on you two to give me my reading list, unfortunately. Yes, indeed.
Well, I'm going to really lobby for some Terry Pratchett in the future.
Okay, but he's too magical. He's not science fiction.
Was this science fiction? If it was very light science fiction. Cyberpunk was there, maybe as an excuse, but it was a mystery. I look forward to listening to the podcast to see if there is more science fiction, more cyberpunk there also. I did start listening to it, and it does remind me very much of the radio Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxies. Yeah. It's a little less professional, but that's what I grew up on. The radio Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, rather than the books, and it brought me back 40 years.
The Hitchhiker's Guide will never be topped, really. Even Douglas Adams couldn't top himself with Dirk Gently. There really was something about the Hitchhiker's Guide that was special.
And it's good that you mentioned Dirk Gently, because there is an element of Dirk Gently in this book as well, with the detective mystery. I was hoping that might have revealed itself a bit more, but no, I did enjoy it.
The idea of even greater London, and just like I was curious, like, is this also a statement on the way things are done over there in how things are built or not.
For those that commute into central London, I often refer to those people as coming from Greater London, because it is very much like that. So even Greater London didn't catch me out at all.
London's quite a nesting doll because the city is inside of London. And then there's Greater London, and then there's Greater London.
Although the city of London wasn't really mentioned in the book at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if that gets mentioned in the podcast anywhere.
Yeah.
But,
well, the city is that small area that's primarily financial, right? That's what the Shard is and all that.
Indeed, and the city of London is a peculiar place. The Queen's not allowed to. The King isn't allowed to go there without permission because it's separate to. Apparently so. So
is that where St. Paul's is? Is St. Paul's in the city?
Yes, St. Paul's is in the city. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I am a kind of an Anglophile. That's why I don't feel like I had anything against this book for that reason. I love that kind of stuff, and I'm a huge Douglas Adams and Terry Pratchett fan. So the Englishness of it wasn't what bothered me. What bothered me was it. Are these two English? I froze a minute. Are these two English?
Yes.
Do you know? They are.
Oh, the two podcasters?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You could not fake this.
Yeah, they come by it honestly, in other words.
What about the relationship or the dynamic rather between Fleet and Clara or the two detectives basically? Like I feel like any good detective murder kind of book, you got to have that like dynamic between the two, like the primary detective and then the other. And I'm just wondering how you guys thought this one played out, because he was pretty stereotypical grumpy a lot, and she was like, I can do everything and I'm young and optimistic. I don't know.
That's very true, but they played off each other very well, and I did like the characters. I thought they were all fleshed out decently, and there was an element of a will they, won't they about them. I kind of hope that they never will, because that would spoil it.
Well, also he's a machine, and he's dead.
He's only a part machine. Human heart, I'm sure, even though it might be a grumpy one.
I know, we know. Yes, yeah.
But it's cyberpunk, so anything's possible.
Anything's possible. Yeah. I guess what. That's kind of what bugged me, is its kind of overall lack of originality. Like it was fine, but it was derivative.
But it's derivative so I guess when people call books that are like homages to like a style or whatever derivative, they usually are frustrated because they feel that book didn't do a good job establishing its own sparkle on the derivative.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So I like a lot of books that are super derivative, but like I've got, what are those? There's a series of books set on, I think, Jupiter that is basically Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And I freaking love
I don't
them.
mind if they bring a new take to it, right? I don't want it to be stereotypical. And I felt like, as in a way you said, that the lead characters are kind of stereotypes. He's the gruff detective, and she's the ingenue, and it's very typical.
It would be more fun if she were the gruff, cranky person.
She's rushing into this men's club, and he goes, stop, they won't let you. And then she goes in, and then he says, well, and waits, and then she is bodily thrown from it. And he says, I tried to tell you they don't let women in there. That whole thing just, it felt a little flat to me.
Well, she's also from the upper classes, so she might
was
not
interesting.
know these things.
Yeah, that was an interesting little twist on the whole thing, is that she's not like him, of the people. She's kind of upper crust.
Upper crust.
Well, Colin, I appreciate your braveness.
Yes, thank you. Anyone else want to be brave?
But before he goes, what is Spud You Like?
Spud You Like was a fast food chain. They used to do baked potatoes. And the surname Murphy is often shortened to Spud as an army nickname. So
that's a good handle. I like Spud You Like. I'm going to call myself Leo Runza. Thank you, Colin, for being in the club. I really appreciate it.
Indeed.
And thanks for your contribution to the show today. I really appreciate that too. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, I did that. Oh, I did that. Oh, whoa.
Oh dear. This is what happens when we don't read the books. Leo just plays with the camera angles for a while.
You know, I feel guilty. I tried to read the book. As like you, I had a lot of things going on. And had I had a better situation for listening, I would have, because I was doing the audio book. By the way, the audio book I think is quite well done. I like it. Great reader.
I would expect nothing less from the podcasters. Oh, they don't read it themselves?
No, I don't think so. Actually, that's a good question. Not just bubbly, she was relentlessly effervescent. That's an accurate description, Jammer B.
and that is like
what else? What else? Join us if you have something to say. You can raise your hand, and we would love to hear you.
If you don't, we're going to have to talk about the types of books that we're picking.
Now have you selected the next three in the group?
I do have them. They're over there, but I also wanted to like adjust because if y'all hate mysteries.
Oh, I love mysteries.
This was a mystery and you just complained about it.
Yeah, but it wasn't
a good
sci-fi. Mystery. I would read P.D. James in a heartbeat. I mean,
Jammer B says it's a good mystery.
Okay. I guess
you just haven't
Maybe
finished.
I haven't gotten far enough. I didn't realize.
How far did you get?
Like 3 or 4 chapters in. It really didn't give it a full. Yeah, it was a struggle. And by the way, unlike you, I've had this book for 2 months since we met last. I bought it immediately on Audible and started listening.
John says it's a good mystery, not a great mystery, or Jimmer B.
But see, to me, if a mystery's not great, it's bad. It's like if you can see through it or it doesn't grab you, then it's not I think a second-rate mystery is a bad mystery.
I don't agree at all. Like a mystery is, a certain type of, like if it's like a literary mystery or something with a lot of hype around it.
What's your favorite mystery? Do you have one?
My favorite mystery is A Crime Wave at Blandings by P.G. Wodehouse because it's hilarious.
No wonder you like this. Now I understand. Now I understand completely.
But I read.
Is Jeeves in that one?
No, it's not Jeeves at all.
It's not a Jeeves.
And if any of y'all are Wodehouse, even like mildly enjoy Wodehouse, you should read A Crime Wave at Blandings. It's just delightfully funny.
I will. I'm gonna put that down.
But I think, I like lots of mysteries. Like, God, any British mystery. I don't even know the writers of half of them. I just like, this is Detective so-and-so.
Right. My favorite, and it's British, is P.D. James. I think she's amazing. And I'm trying to remember what my favorite was of hers. And I'm not sure I can. It was certainly one of the Adam Dalgliesh mysteries. Anyway, they're quite good. I'm just looking at a bibliography right now.
But I like the Shetland mysteries.
Okay.
And those,
I haven't read those.
Those are not exceptional mysteries. Oh,
I just thought of my favorite mystery.
What is it?
Umberto Eco's Name of the Rose.
Oh, you and my mom.
I look like your mom, actually.
I look like your mom. Hi,
Stacey. I do.
No.
I think your mom has gray hair like this, maybe a little longer, but not much, and crazy black glasses like this.
No, my mom looks a lot like me if I had gray hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
And she doesn't wear glasses.
Well, there you go.
Okay. There you go. The cheesy jokiness. Oh, this person, Jillian, did not like the cheesy jokiness.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like either. Yeah.
You want your mysteries dark and gloomy? A medical drama under a sci-fi guise. Oh, that's a joke. No.
Oh.
Because I could find this for you.
Yeah.
You guys. It could happen.
But you have 3 already picked. I'm just saying, don't eschew the mystery, because I like mysteries. I think mysteries are fine.
Well, and y'all felt that steampunk was not sci-fi is also what I'm hearing.
That's an interesting question. Certainly cyberpunk is sci-fi. Victoriana steampunk.
So the
just feels like alternate universe, not sci-fi.
So, but I feel like engineering is the base. I mean, like it doesn't need to
true.
be digital to be.
The engineers were kind of interesting. That whole, that was actually the best part of it. The funniest part.
The weird engineering course that's running around building and subtracting the city, and the city being upsetting.
Lord wants to know what background that is behind me, and I will explain. It's this. I'm being somewhat dishonest.
I could see the boxes, the moving boxes
behind me. Exactly. And I'm trying to hide all the paraphernalia. This is where the new studio will be, but it is not actually what it looks like. It's just, it's a work in progress. I'm not even facing the way I'll be facing in the new studio. So I thought I'd put something to hide it. That's why you see that weird background.
Eek. Okay. Well, I feel like I don't know what to do here. I guess we should just go for books.
Stacey, the whole reason people do this, the whole reason we're here is because we like your choices and we want to read the books you recommend.
Like, okay, well here, Berserk.
That's
Berserk.
That's Burke. That's Burke McQuinn.
That's Burke.
Yeah. Oh, he's one of our.
Okay. I know who Burke is.
Yeah.
Steampunk is closer to magic than to sci-fi. Really?
That's what he said.
Okay, so
he actually dresses steampunk, so I feel like he kind of lives it. Yeah.
Okay. Well then,
somebody says, "Spud you like?" Our friend Colin says, "Need a medical drama under a sci-fi guise?" With jokes.
Oh yeah, he was. I thought he was asking for that, and I was like,
"No, I don't know if he's offering that. If you're offering it, Spud, you like, jump right in. Do all books have it? No, in fact, a lot of modern fiction, and the reason people like my wife don't like modern fiction is because it's slice of life, like The Possessions, where nothing happens and there's no surprises and there's no mysteries. It's just people living their boring lives, which I actually like. I love The Possessions, but there are people who don't like that style very much. So Burke used to be steampunk. Now he's dad punk.
Dad punk.
Doggy dad punk. Thank you, Jimmer B. Actually, Burke says he can't stand steampunk. Okay.
Oh, well, then this was not for you, my friend.
Yeah. But honestly, I don't think we should be driven by what you or I like. I think we should be driven or by what our wonderful club members like. We should be driven by a desire to surprise and delight.
Okay. Well, does anyone else want to talk about the book before we I feel so bad, you guys.
No, don't feel bad. Because if you feel bad, then I have to feel worse.
Why? It's my name is on this book club.
No, it's not.
I have an obligation to people.
I will listen. I have to listen out of Victoriosity just to see if it's like more of the same or if it kind of explains it more.
For a book that came out of a podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
Imagine
because
what it would be like if we did that.
I've heard some pretty, I feel like the Night Vale crew even did a book that was way back in the day. So,
you know what? In a way, the one thing I did like about High Voltage is it gave me a better sense of how good Terry Pratchett and Douglas Adams are, how remarkable and talented they are, because very similar style, but it made me laugh out loud on nearly every page. And this was more like bad dad jokes or puns. And it didn't make me laugh out loud. They were at best mildly amusing. And so it really did. It brought home, there is a person who is a great writer is a great talent. Many of us can write competently, even some podcasters, but it doesn't make you a great writer by any means. Yes, chat is not only allowed, but it's encouraged. Yeah, this is something new we're trying out. Yeah. Butch says, I only read slightly less than Stacey, and I couldn't get the book. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Same. Yeah. No, it's worth trying. I wish we read things besides sci-fi, because I would say, let's read The Name of the Rose, which is an amazing mystery. Have you read it?
Like,
your mom's read it.
I've read half of it. That was one of those did not finish kind of books.
It can be a slog. I understand.
Well, and I think it has been living in I grew up, again, that came out in the 70s, right?
Right.
So I grew up, that was one of those books I picked up when I was 12, looking for my next book.
Not good.
Put down.
Not good. What did you read when you were 12? This was the other thing I was thinking of with High Voltage. Since I was a young person, and almost even maybe my kids were in this generation, certainly yours is, there's this thing called young adult fiction, which to me is maybe a cynical attempt for publishers to capitalize on the success of children's books and to provide something intermediate. I bet I certainly did not. I read adult books when I was 12, 13, 14, and I bet you did too.
Oh yeah, I totally read adult books.
You weren't reading The Hunger Games. I read The Count of Monte Cristo, and that's a great book.
The Hunger Games came out when I was an adult.
No, I know that. Well, that's my point. Sort of this is a newly created category, which feels a little bit cynical to me, trying to grab this. But how about your child? What do they read? Children's books, young adult YA titles?
Yes, a lot of adults read YA. YA is actually this weird.
Yeah.
Here we go, Leo. Are you ready?
Yeah.
YA is actually a lot of times given to women who write fantasy or not science fiction, mostly fantasy, and they put them in that, or dystopian, some of it's sci-fi, because only men write sci-fi. So it's actually a dumping ground in some ways. Sometimes not. And
it started with Marion Bradley Zimmer, I bet you, and that kind of genre, that fantasy genre.
Yeah, Anne McCaffrey, Elizabeth Bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see,
and and then publishers went, "Oh, we should be writing books for that group of people."
Oh, people are saying it doesn't say sci-fi book club. Well, I tell you what, you guys, if you want, well, let's see. We're in June. I wanted to do a horror book for October.
Oh,
but
we let's see. This will be in August. Will be the next. Maybe
so.
If we do it in August, then you can do the August book can be for
horror
Halloween.
For October.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we like to do about 2 months, right, between.
Yeah. we're a little all over the place. But yeah, we can totally do that. Okay. Let me pull our books, if you would like.
Yes, please.
Is time travel, you guys, are we cool? Is time travel sci-fi?
We were talking about Connie Willis last time, and I love Connie Willis stuff.
Okay.
Not against her at all. And that's all time travel stuff. Love The Pillars of the Earth too, but that's definitely time travel, not sci-fi.
Well, when I try to bring newer stuff out. I'm trying to get us stuff that isn't old.
Oh, good.
You want to
introduce us to new stuff. No, forget me. I'm old. I got old books. Let's listen to. We want some fresh books.
We could do. We could do one classic, and if y'all wanted to vote for a classic, you want to throw in a classic for us?
Classic sci-fi?
Yeah.
Okay, we shouldn't do too hard sci-fi.
We could do real hard sci-fi. We haven't done it in a while, but there's definitely an audience for it.
I'm trying to think of what is, what I really enjoyed, but I don't want to recommend it because it doesn't end in the first volume. Is Dan Simmons' Hyperion, which I had heard.
Hyperion is so great.
Yeah, one of the great books I thought, but it's a little difficult to recommend because you get to the end and it's not resolved. So you have to read another one. And the second one isn't quite as good as the first one. Plus, to me, annoyingly, it recapitulates everything as if, oh, well, you've never read the first one. No, I'm here because I read the first one. I want to know what the hell happened. And they're recapitulating, and it's too much. So I feel like he lost the thread. But the first book was brilliant. Was like, I thought, this guy is a real writer. Let's not read any L. Ron Hubbard, Burke. But I'm just glad that you know.
And let us not read any Asimov.
You know what? I was going to say no Heinlein, no Asimov. They don't age well, do they?
We can talk about why they haven't aged well, but I'm also like, you don't have to do that.
Well, times have changed. Project Hail Mary, great book. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We read it.
You read The Martian, or what you did?
No, we read Hail Mary. We did Hail Mary.
Yeah. That's right. In fact, that's how I know about it. Yeah.
Which was great, but so long. So I'm like, okay. Like I was like, crisis number 1 solved. Crisis number 2 solved. Oh my God, here comes the third crisis. Please just get this man home.
See, that's hard science of a different kind. Everything is like, we got to science the poop out of it. Let me think.
Who is chiming?
I'm so sorry. I don't know how to stop it. I should have put this in Do Not Disturb. That's how I could have stopped it, huh? I am being, oh my God. I thought, I was hoping that you hadn't heard that, but I guess you have.
Can all of y'all hear it, or is it just me?
I think everybody's hearing it. I apologize. I don't know how to do D&D on this machine, and I'm trying to. Do not disturb me. Oh, please do not disturb me. There we go. Maybe that'll work. No, I don't know. There's no way. I see. If I feel like if I turn the sound off, then you won't hear me. So I don't really know. I don't know what to do. Can I got to call Ask the Tech guys. Maybe they can help me. Apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, see, if I turn my sound off, then I don't hear you. So I don't know. I don't know how to stop it.
Oh, you're right, Burke. Battlefield Earth is good, and you're totally
Is it?
Right.
No.
Yes.
You've read it?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to pick up books and read them.
How did it come about that you
Because again, I was okay. We had a copy of Dianetics on my bookshelf, like growing up.
Were your parents Scientologists?
No. They just like my mom reads like I do, which is basically indiscriminately in everything they could get their hands on. So
here is a great recommendation from 2414 Studios, The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood.
Oh, that is a great one.
I haven't read it. I love Margaret Atwood. Should we read that?
It has time travel in it, I believe. Is it sci-fi? I mean, I'm for it. It's a beautiful book. Yeah.
What do you all think in the chat? How about now that you've got us on that realm? I don't want to get too political. I was thinking Handmaid's Tale or something like that, but maybe that's too political.
No, everyone's read The Handmaid's Tale. Part of this is, part of the goal of the Sci-Fi Book Club
something new,
but also by underrepresented authors or writers.
Okay.
So like women,
like podcasters,
Afrofuturism.
You got something? You got some Afrofuturism?
I've thrown a bunch in there. I've thrown the Binti books in there a bunch, but no one's ever bit on
People
Binti.
Don't bite. Spud you liked it. Colin said it was good.
Yeah. It's a good book. There's other Afrofuturism. I could put Womb City on our list, but I found it a really hard read.
I would say books should generally for this be easier and shorter, because we're all busy and so forth, and we don't want people to go, oh, that's too demanding. Which
is why I've never forced us all to read the third body problem.
Right, which is wonderful.
Yes,
but a long slog. Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah. Okay, let us talk about our books then, because we're not.
This is what we look to you. We look to you. You're our communal librarian.
Our communal librarian. All right. So our options so far are Service Model by Adrian Tchaikovsky.
Okay. Write this down, Anthony, if you will.
This is Adrian. He did the Children of Time books. If y'all have read those, they're excellent. This is a standalone book. It's 370 some pages, I think. And do you want the blurb or?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Blurb us.
Humanity is a dying breed, utterly reliant on artificial labor and service. When a domesticated robot gets a nasty little idea downloaded into its core programming, they murder their owner. The robot then discovers they can do something else they've never done before, run away. After fleeing the household, they enter the wider world they never knew existed, where the age-old hierarchy of humans at the top is disintegrating, and a robot ecosystem devoted to human well-being is finding a new purpose.
This sounds good.
It's WALL-E.
It sounds timely.
Murder.
Too. Yeah. Sounds really good.
Yeah, I love Adrian Tchaikovsky. He's
okay. I like that. What else you got? That sounds really good.
I can't remember if this is another mystery. And if I can't remember, was this in our last thing? The Mimicking of Known Successes by Malka Older.
Don't know that.
This is a very short, it's a novella, so it's super short. And there's two of them, but it's the Sherlock Holmes on Jupiter. But the fact that Jupiter is the setting changes it makes it a big part of the mystery itself. And
say the name again, because Anthony didn't get it.
Yeah. The Mimicking of Known Successes.
Okay.
By Malka Older.
Okay. So far, I like the first one more, but go ahead, keep going. I shouldn't say I get one vote, not more than one. So
yeah, you're swaying everybody.
I don't want to sway anybody.
I'm gonna let you know that the characters are two women. So Watson and Holmes, two women. I know and one of the women is definitely not neurotypical. So
as long as the other one's not menstruating, I'm okay.
I'm going to just hang up right now. Just done. We're done. And here's your.
No, that sounds good. Actually, I would like to read something that's challenging from a different perspective. That's why I thought the African stuff would sound interesting.
I was like,
and women are like Africa to me. They're just the dark continent. As you know,
just, people will cut this out of context. And even in context, I don't know if it's super great. And then, do you want one of your classic books or?
Somebody said we should consider The Player of Games, that the Culture series. Now, I've read it and I liked it. It is weird and difficult. And it's not new, but it is a little offbeat. It's Elon Musk's favorite series, which is another strike against it.
Ooh, that does make me concerned. I'll be honest. No part of me is like, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we want to do that, we can.
No, I don't know. You do not have a third?
My third one is hard for it. It is Afrofuturism. It's
Let's
really
try it.
Hard though. It's like
hard.
It's hard to read because it's very claustrophobic. It's called Womb City.
Let's put it in. Not that you've sold it very well.
Yeah, I'm not selling it because I personally did not like the book, but I'm happy to talk about it with people.
Yeah, don't put it in. It should be books you like.
Okay. I mean,
and I will keep digging. This is there's something about Stacey that
but
brings it out of me. That's all I can say. They love you, Stacey. They want you back. They want you back.
I'm trying to like. There's tons of. I could pick something that I haven't read that I'm about to read, but I don't know if it's going to be good or not.
What is it?
That's what I ended up with here, and I didn't even finish the book, which is terrible.
Yeah, so I think I'd prefer that you bring in stuff that you've read and like. Now, I understand that's a bit of a challenge because you're also trying to bring in stuff that's new and not known. But I like it. I think you have excellent taste.
No, gins are magic, so I can't do them. Let's see. Nope, I didn't like that book.
It's good. Colin's saying not liking a book is not the end of the world because it has to be a book that's discussion worthy. I agree, Colin. I agree.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like, I'm like, maybe? And then sometimes, okay. Give me 5 minutes, talk amongst you. Not 5 minutes. Give me 3 minutes, talk amongst yourselves while I go look at my last books that I've read to be like, yes.
So, how you doing?
Wait, what? There's no one else there to talk to you? Terrible.
Magic is just science we can't explain yet. Actually, that's a paraphrase, right? Of was it Asimov that said any sufficiently advanced technology appears to be magic?
No, that's not. But it's close to it. It's close to it.
Somebody said something like that.
Someone once said something like that.
Somebody once said something. That's all I'll commit to.
This is going really poorly.
No, it's going great. This is what people tune in for. This is the real stuff.
This is the real stuff. I'm looking for a good space opera for you guys.
You know, one thing I really loathe, and it's unfortunate because it's Steve Gibson's favorite genre, is space military, sci-fi, military sci-fi, battles a lot, and strategy and stuff like that. He also really liked, so he likes that kind of, it's almost pulp-like, but he also liked The Expanse, which is really more,
I love The Expanse,
about politics, right? So
yeah.
How about Anthony Nielsen says we still have some leftovers from last time, like Jump Knots, The Future of Another Timeline. We've done Annalee Newitt's.
Yeah, we've done a lot of hers.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Burke is
Arthur C. Clarke. That's right. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. It was Arthur C. Clarke. Thank you.
There you go. Let's see. Other leftovers. I'm going way back into the timeline. Just because I haven't apparently read any space operas lately. I like to keep it a little bit more well-rounded.
What makes something a space opera?
It has to, in my world, it has to be set in space. Mm-hmm. There have to be like a sense of like military something happening and high melodramatic stakes. No. Usually you're like
opposite
saving the freaking world. The opposite. Yeah. Like,
how about this one from Aaron? I'm not familiar with it. Semiosis by Sue Burke. Do you know that?
I don't.
Let's throw that in as a wild
card. Throw it in there. Let's do it.
But Aaron.
Okay. Yes. Or Emily Tesch's Some Desperate Glory, which we didn't read for some reason. And that just makes me sad. Oh, nope. Then I've got 2 LGBTQIA books on here. Y'all may feel bad about that.
What's Aaron, tell us why Semiosis would make a good choice for this month's book. I'm going to put you on the spot, Aaron.
It is part of a 3-book series, just so everyone knows.
Semiosis.
Yes.
Sometimes that's good because then you get into something that's going to be amazing. A lot of times it's not. So
I always feel like you have to warn people if you're going to give them book 1 of like 80.
Yeah. The Culture series is space opera. Have you read Player of Games?
Player of Games.
That's part of the. All right, you know what? Let's put Player of Games. Let's do this. I agree. Let's throw this in just to give people a chance. It is absolutely considered a classic. Ian Banks. Yeah. It is the first in his series called the Culture series. And it's very well written. I mean, he's a really brilliant writer. So we'll forget I said anything about people who like it, because many people like many books, and it's not. You're neither here nor there, which means it's nowhere.
Oh, I guess The Circle is science fiction. It feels more like dystopian future extrapolation.
Yeah.
But okay.
Player of Games, Ian Banks. I want to stick that one in. Let's add your African the womb.
Don't do it. I'm just going to tell y'all, if you're interested in
read it, if you
try
want
to read it.
Okay.
I mean, part of this is we just talk about books, and people
Aaron's
have read
right.
things from.
Aaron's right. She says it's about colonizing a new planet, interesting space and aliens, and there are some really cool scientific ideas in it.
Is that semiosis?
No, that is Player of Games, the Culture series, Ian Banks.
Okay.
Oh, is that semiosis? No, that's semiosis. You're right. I'm confusing people because somebody else was lobbying for Player of Games. I asked her for a synopsis of semiosis, and that's it. Yes. That's
the synopsis. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it has lovely reviews.
I am being called. I have to go. I'm gonna
read semiosis, and I'm gonna read some other and then we'll come back. I guess if we'll
put that on.
And let us know if you're down for horror for October or
yes. Not. You know what? We'll have the discussion in the Discord. Thank you, Stacey. Keep up the good work.
So sorry.
No, don't apologize. Keep up the good work at Consumer Reports. And I will be back on Sunday with TWiT and Ask the Tech Guys. And we'll see you in a couple of months. Everybody go to the Discord for Stacey's Book Club and vote on your title. It'll take us a couple of hours to get that up. As soon as we do, vote on your favorite and nominate others. Thank you, Stacey.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.